Good Sunday evening, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying a safe one out there. Here is the final reveal of my AMT 1993 Ford Ranger Splash step-side pickup truck. There she is, all completed. I just finished her. She looks really good. For the most part, I didn't have any major issues. The only issue that I really want to point out, and it's a engineering flaw. Unfortunately, the bed on this truck only comes with one locating pin, and there's a hole on the cross member where it rests here. There should have been at least a couple of them, maybe even a couple here. The bed, after I glued it earlier, it fell off while I was putting the front bumper on. So I had to reapply glue, and I had to center it right, and I had to put it down, and then I put my weight down on it to help the super glue set. So yeah, that's the only main thing to complain about on this thing is the lack of locating pins for the bed. Other than that, it's a pretty good kit. Another thing I wanted to point out, and I don't know why I didn't realize this from the beginning. I guess just because I was, going with the flow and just moving on, but the transmission on this kit is inaccurate. So it's supposed to be a manual transmission, as you can see by the shift lever. However, if you look at that transmission, that's an automatic transmission. You can tell by the rib design, it's your typical Ford automatic transmission from that generation. Yeah, so the transmission on this kit is not accurate. It should have a manual transmission on it, but again, they cut corners, and it's not the first time they've done that, so whatever. I just went with the flow and just didn't worry about it because no one's going to see it anyway. Once it's up on the shelf, it won't be seen. So yeah, that's the only other little issue I wanted to point out, but it doesn't affect the overall build. Another complaint, and it's a typical thing found on a lot of kits, is the upper radiator hose here. It's a two-piece radiator hose. There's the part here that goes into the thermostat there, and then you got the main part of the hose that you have to guide there. So yeah, that was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I got it done the best I could. It looks good. Mostly hidden under the intake duct, so it's fine. I did add a little bit of surface rust on the top of the radiator there, and just a little bit here on the core support there, top of the core support. So yeah, it looks good under the hood. I'm pretty impressed with it. There's the front clip, and then of course there's your front bumper. It looks really nice. I really do like the design of these Ford Ranger Splashes. They're pretty good looking trucks. Like I said, I would definitely do another one. Of course, probably the next one I do will be a nice clean one. But yeah, so yeah, those are the main issues though that I ran across. As I said last night, I would apply some flat black paint on the rubber top portion of the bumper here, which I did. You can see it looks a lot more worn out. And I did go ahead and add some more fading on the left side of the tailgate where the splash decal is, so it looks like it looks heavier there. Looks good, really. So, and I did go ahead and take some what is it called, territorial beige, and I stippled it inside of the bed there, kind of give it some dirt buildup and just your normal weathering pretty much. So it looks good. No matter what I did clean out the holes for the side mirrors there, and they were still a little difficult to put in, but they're in. One thing I will say about this kit that makes it incomplete, it does not come with a rear view mirror. So that's one thing that just, like I said, it just makes it look incomplete without one, but whatever. It looks good otherwise. not gonna sweat these little tiny things. It would just be nicer, more complete if it had all that stuff. But yeah, no, other than that, it was a good, fun little build. It didn't take me long at all to do. I think it took me a couple of weeks from start to finish, maybe not even. I'll have to look at that. But yeah, that's her completed. Definitely proud of it. The engine was a little bit of a fight to get installed. I ended up knocking the transmission support, cross member support here. I ended up knocking that out, trying to put it in. I had to glue it back in, but now everything's in place and good to go on it. And of course, there's the tie rod. Tie rod wasn't actually that bad. It was mainly just locating its contact points. So yeah, and I did it last minute. I took a black marker and I colored the tip of the exhaust pipe there, make it look like it's got soot inside there, or carbon buildup. Yeah. So yep. So that is her, and she looks good. I'm happy with it. So yep. And there you go. There. Inside there's the interior again. Get a nice view of the engine bay. Look down in there. Yep, she looks good. I'm very happy with it. I picked the. I'm really impressed with the color too. I picked the right color. The color that I used. Is a Rust-Oleum satin red. It's called satin poppy red. Okay, that is the color that I used on this truck. Like I said, it blows me away. I'm blown away. This was definitely the right color for this project. It looks like the real deal. So I definitely like this color a lot. I will definitely be using this on other builds in the future. So yep, Rust-Oleum satin poppy red. That's what I did. All right, guys. Well, hey, I hope you enjoy this, and stay tuned for the slideshow video, and then just to give you an update on the future. Since I'm done with this, we'll go ahead and get back onto the Chinook. Now that I have the replacement floor piece, I can go ahead and go back where I left off. So yeah, the Chinook helicopter will be next. Then after that, we'll go from there. So, all right, you guys have a good weekend, or good end to your weekend, and have a safe work week, and we'll see you on the next one.